Hello all, welcome back to One Pitch Catch. We're coming to you a few days before the start of the India Sri Lanka Test Series, India touring Sri Lanka. This is actually the first time India is playing Sri Lanka in a Test Series since March 2022. That's a pretty long time frame when you look at the history of how often India and Sri Lanka generally have played each other over the years. Like just for comparison, in 2017 alone, they played six tests, like three in Sri Lanka and three in India. So I think it kind of also an indication of maybe Sri Lanka being downgraded as a test opponent. Like over the last few years, the series against Australia and England, like five test series, and then maybe four test series sometimes. I think it's an indication of how sort of Sri Lanka have fallen because the last time, I mean, before 2022, which was a two test series, the last time before that, these two teams played only two tests, was in 97. And like Ganesh, that's a long time ago, but we were all following cricket at that time. It's like 30 years ago if you think about it, right? Almost. What are
Yeah.
your memories of that test series?
No, I mean, before that, no, I think more than Sri Lanka falling as a test, downgrading as a test opponent, I think India has grown very high, I think, in
Ah,
this
okay.
last 30 years. If you see, I mean, because both, I mean, the big three, everyone keeps calling Australia, England, and India. Australia and England want to play India. Every year, India is
Right.
playing either Australia or England, either away or home. There is, I don't think there is any year where India
Yeah.
is not playing one of the other two teams, right? I
And
mean,
it'll
so
either be a test series or a ODI or a
I mean,
T20 series.
in
Like
fact,
just now they went to England.
I think there is a test series also there were. I mean, if you see India versus England at home at away, India
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
Australia at home at away,
Correct,
which
correct.
makes it 4 years. Okay, so every
Right.
year they play these. I mean, I think T20s and all. I think they play twice a year, here and there. So there is absolutely test series itself. They play one of them. So I think. I mean, it is probably coincided with how Sri Lanka has also fallen off the
Yeah, that's
radar
also
a bit in terms of losing their stalwarts like Sangakkara, Sanajay, Surya, Jayawardene, and all those people. But India has, I mean, not only in terms of cricket, but also in terms of financial might, India has grown very high in these last 30 years. Not necessarily 30, maybe 20, but when since you compared between 97 and 2026. Um,
yeah.
I think, but and also that 97 Test series was that when Sri Lanka scored some 5,000 runs, that is the one. Right? Nilesh
Yeah,
Kulkarni, I mean, that was the greatest memory was obviously Nilesh Kulkarni picking a wicket off his first ball,
and it
and India
was
and
50%
India not
of his
picking wicket
overall
for the
test
next
career.
2 days, and India not picking
I-
wickets for the next 2 days
Next two
completely.
days, yeah.
So,
Jayasuriya, Mahanama, Varam Morala. I think Mahela probably made his test
yeah,
debut in that
Mahela's
series.
debut, I think
Yeah.
that was Mahela's debut. I think that he was the one who latest scored some 80 runs towards the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
So I think for all you know, if I think that was a series where they could have, if they had made it five test series, it would have probably still been 0-all draws. Like such flat wickets, and I think uh, India made like 500 and something in the first innings of the first test
yes, yes,
and declared.
and
And Sri Lanka makes 950. It's
950.
like
I
Sachin
remember
Tendulkar அப்படியே தலைமுடியை பிடிச்சிண்டு அப்படியே
I remember that one of those timeless tests where they stopped the test because the ship was like
yeah, yeah,
sailing
yeah.
away. The ship was
1939
sailing away.
England Durban.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So similar to that, it would have been there. I mean, because we have to come back to start IPL, so they will start
Correct,
that
correct.
test
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have gone on to start to until the start of IPL.
What do
But
you,
apart from that,
what
what do
does
you
the
see?
recent history look like?
I mean, I think India beat them in India, right? The last time they played,
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
which was very pretty. I think there was a day and night test was also involved, if I remember
Okay.
correctly. I think I'm not sure in India, but that was in India. But
Sri Lanka,
overall,
I think they were in West Indies recently and they
They
lost.
lost. They lost by an
Yeah,
innings. The first test they lost by an innings. The second test they managed a draw, which was a high-scoring first innings test. But the first test was that Amir Jango test where he scored 200 odd
ah,
and Roston Chase got close to 200.
yeah, yeah.
So that's when they lost by an innings. When they were bundled out cheaply for about 100, 102, I think.
Okay.
101 to be exact to that third innings. So that's what Sri Lanka is coming back. What is I mean, you know what India has beaten the mighty Afghanistan in the last test that
Afghanistan.
they played.
Yeah.
But before that, it's nothing big. They just lost 2-0 to South Africa at home. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
not a
a
big deal.
that's
Transition. Not much of. I
that's
mean,
not a big deal. But I mean,
from a
how do you
WTC,
WTC? How do you see them at the table? Mid table, right? Both of
they're
them
at
are.
5 and 6, like properly in the middle of the table. Australia, South Africa, New Zealand and Bangladesh are, yeah, something like that are at the top four. And then you have India and Sri Lanka and the rest. So basically, two mid-tier teams contesting, hoping that one of them will be able to get somewhere near the top two or top three so that they have a shot. I would not be surprised actually if a lot of things go Bangladesh's way, then maybe they will be in the WTC final reckoning. That will be very, very interesting from a sponsorship perspective, but that's for a different day. But interestingly, Sri Lanka have not yet announced their squad. The match starts in like 4 days over the weekend. But India had announced their squad a while ago, and I think last video we spoke about all the injuries. Another injury is Sai Sudarshan is not playing because he has an injury, and Sarfaraz has been finally drafted in after missing I think he didn't get picked for the New Zealand and the South Africa series and Afghanistan. He toured Australia and now he's back. What does that tell you about? Like, is he now in the good books again?
I don't think he's in the good books. I think the amount of injuries that's been coming through. I think there is no other way, no one else left to pick. I think, and because also there has been a lot of to and fro comments from BCCI, COE, NCA, and all this.
Hmm.
And I mean, I've been seeing reading a lot of things about the number of injuries that not. I mean, not just the big ones like the Bumrah and all, even the fringe ones like Sai Sudarshan,
Yeah,
Washington, Harshit Rana. I mean, if I can call him the fringe one anymore. So all these people, there's been a lot of injury. Even Washington Sundar is injured for this. Otherwise,
yeah, yeah.
he would have been. How do you see the 11 shaping up? Do you think Sarfraz will get a place in the 11, Jaga?
I I think it may be possible, right? I mean, if you look at Yashasvi and KL opening, then you have Devdutt Padikkal coming in at three, Shubman at four, Rishabh at five. I think then the next question is whether it's Sarfraz coming in because there is Ravindra Jadeja and you will have Manav Sutar who had a pretty decent debut and Kuldeep as the spinners and rounded off by Siraj and Prasidh. Siraj may, I don't know, maybe he'll get a promotion after three
Yeah.
sixes in a row in the warm-up
After
game or
this,
something like that, right?
after this, 32 runs, quick 32
Yeah.
runs, he might get a promotion.
Or I mean, the only question is, do they pick another extra spinner, the off spinner of Saraj Jain versus Sarfaraz? That's probably the question. But I think two seamers and three spinners in Kuldeep, Manav, and Jadeja should be sufficient. So maybe Sarfaraz will get a go.
Yeah, I also think that Sarfraz might get a go, but it would have been interesting to see if Sai Sudarshan was fit. If even then, I mean, Sai Sudarshan was
Mhm.
occupying number three. Devdutt Padikkal at six would not have been a great
Yeah,
option, I
yeah,
think. So, I mean, Devdutt Padikkal. I mean, I think more not just Sarfraz. Both Devdutt Padikkal and Sarfraz have been lucky that Sai Sudarshan is injured. I think because Sai Sudarshan would have occupied three because, as
correct,
Gambhir
correct.
said, that he will get a long rope.
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
But
definitely.
I
But I
think
think they may have sort of still been forced to bat at six. So tough luck or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, I've told this before. I think Washington Sundar at number three for Test
Yeah,
is
yeah,
an option that we should continue further. I think, Jaga,
correct,
because
definitely.
I mean, in the number of tests that he has played, his average is 40 plus. But and the way he bats also, even
Yeah,
against spin and pace, I think.
yeah,
I mean, I mean, Devdutt Padikkal, the way he has scored runs in Ranji this year, and the way he's shaping up even after the tour game, it could be a good long term option. But I think uh, I personally definitely think Washington Sundar. has done enough and more to cement his
Yeah,
place for some time at number three, which also gives a bowling option from the
correct.
top
Yeah.
order. So I really think we should not leave that option. I don't know what the think tank and Gambhir think about this.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the other interesting thing is that for some reason, the test squad has a pretty decent balance of left and right-handers as compared to the limited over sides, where it's predominantly left-handed. So that's again interesting. Like I said, Sri Lanka have not announced their squad yet, so we'll see how it goes.
Just I think
Uh,
it's just the addition of KL and Shubman makes that
yeah,
difference.
basically, yeah. Correct. And now Sarfaraz also, if he plays, right?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, the in other news, West Indies yet again have not directly qualified for the 2027 ODI World Cup that starts next year. I mean, I did say 2027, so it is next year. But and just from a memories perspective, they missed the 2023 edition, and I think they also missed the 25 Champions Trophy. So they have some serious issues to sort out. Afghanistan have qualified, and but Ireland have to go through the same qualifier. So I think there's a lot of noise around the associate nations in terms of the
New
sudden
format.
changes that ICC is making. Like, I mean, what have you read?
I mean, yeah, the new format is giving them lesser opportunities. There are going to be only one or two teams which can qualify into the actual World Cup. So that is obviously, I mean, already they're not. I mean, they play only in the World Cups. They don't get enough
Yeah,
games. So everybody was shouting that they should get enough games. Now, so the ICC, what they have done is they are not giving the games in the World Cup also. So only then you will shout about enough games. Now you can't even shout about enough games outside of World Cup. So you are not even
yeah,
playing the World Cup. So make things easier that way is what I think. But yeah, I mean, even with these two teams coming over, no, it's fairly a long tournament, and also
yeah.
in today's scenario, they don't want this longer tournament. I think everybody wants to play T20 and IPL,
Correct. So
CPL,
many leagues.
ODL.
Yeah,
So I think that way it is ICC's. I wouldn't use the word justified, but there is probably pressure from the cricket boards for ICC also to reduce it. So that's how it's how what it is. So they have to live with this. And I think with these leagues, no, I am sure a lot of these unknown players from say from Italy or Nepal, etc., etc., they should find playing in more leagues. That's how they can develop
yeah,
their
yeah.
personal cricket. I think it's if not developing the country's cricket, it's only about developing
Correct.
their personal cricket. Hmm.
Right. So anyway, I will come back again in a few days' time, probably after the test match is done with a roundup. Until then, thanks a lot. Please keep watching. Leave your comments. Bye.